the second largest city in the U.S., Los Angeles, California, we've got football as EA Sports coverage of the NFL is on the air. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the L.A. Chargers. Hi, everybody. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Charger club entering play here. They come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Cowboys, they come into this one 0-6 on the year, and really it's sort of just been one thing after another.
Coupled with they don't start very fast. The first quarter's really been an issue for them. They've got to learn to get out of the gates quicker in order to try and win some games.
The halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And able to get this out to the 25. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
On the ground, this is Amarian Hampton. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
At the 25-yard line.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And this one too low. You look at this Cowboy defense. This crew against the pass, it's been a real struggle. Second from the bottom in the NFL, number 31.
Theories abound. People have opinions. But too often for this team this season, it's been the big play that's done them in.
Now it's Herbert. Got a man. It's the rookie out of the 3rd round. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
36-yard
line. This is an offense that's near the bottom of the league in rushing, so defensively coming in, you've got to know you're going to see the ball in the air a lot. And that time, it's a completion and a first down on this opening drive.
On first down, it's Hampton. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 14 yards that time for number 14.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Herbert going to give to Hampton. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And we often talk about defensive ends setting the edge, sometimes even the outside linebackers. But how about here? This is a cornerback essentially setting the edge and finishing off that play for a loss.
Herbert now. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hampton. There'll be a gain of just a yard. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 27-yard line. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Here's Herbert. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Chargers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. And for the extra point, Cameron Dicker. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. And taken down just past the 20 and about the 21-yard line. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. So now, as a quarterback, you're not just talking to your team. You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got to be the leader by how he plays.
23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
Down.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And Lane slow materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. The numbers on the ground for Williams a week ago. 21 carries, 91 yards, and a touchdown.
And we all know he had a big workload last week, so I'm eager to see if they decide to back him off a little bit. Personally, I hand it to him 20-plus times again. When a running back's locked in like he is, I want him to keep touching the football.
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down. Shotgun now for Lance. Over the middle, complete. It's Ferguson. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 45-yard line. The third down conversion successful. A gain of 11. Well, on third down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And he used the proper word there, dependable. And sometimes,
oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick. And the Chargers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
At their own 45-yard line.
The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45. Chargers in good field position to start out. First and 10 at the 45. After the turnover, here's Herbert. He's got the tight end. That's Gadsden. And he's brought down.
13 yards on the play. And the Chargers first down.
They'll toss right side to Hampton. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
Another Chargers first down. First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Back to Hampton on first down. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 2 yards still to go. Third down now. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. Herbert has it knocked free. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Problems there on the option and a costly turnover.
Yeah, partner, you know, we watch practice sometimes and we see those drills where the quarterback's running with the football and they're swinging pads at him and the brooms are out and they're trying to poke at the football for ball security. I have a feeling next week there'll be an extra session of that each and every day.
The Cowboys offense and CeeDee Lamb ready to take over once more. And he's been the go-to guy in this offense throughout the first half of the season. As you can see, he's the NFL's leader in touchdown catches. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football. But something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense. Gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
3rd and 2.
Ready, red, check.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. The Cowboys still looking for that first win, 0-6 to start the year. And whatever promise they had to start the season fully evaporated now as they come in losers of 6 straight.
Well, you know what they often say, winning breeds winning, but unfortunately, the flip side of that can be true as well because this is a club in desperate need of a spark out of somewhere. A big play on offense, turnover, takeaway on defense, something to get them pointed in the right direction. They need it quickly.
Ready?
The Lance going to throw. Try to set up a screen for Blue. So a good spin move, but not a whole lot to show after as he's taken down. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. To throw, it's Lance. A short one there, taken in by Ferguson. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 41-yard line. A 3rd down conversion with a strong gain of 14. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. But you talk about the defense for these Chargers. They've had their trouble stopping the run, Charles. Currently 29th in the NFL in that department.
One thing you do know, they'll be fired up because they're facing a top 5 rushing attack. And even if they have early success against them, they got to remember they got to sustain it because teams that are top 5, they don't stop running the ball if they don't get things done early.
23 yards the pickup there.
Here we go.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. as they go to work on a 1st and goal.
Let's go. 33. Yep.
Williams is going backwards as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now we got 3rd and goal coming up, and couldn't you imagine being in that huddle, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of ground. They want more than that 3. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. No movement from the field goal unit. They've got 4 full yards to go here on 4th and goal to hit pay dirt, but they're going to go for it. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. Point after try forthcoming. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So that drive spans 13 plays, and it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Nifty move. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And the Chargers coming out of the field now. Last time out, remember, they fumbled the football. That led to the touchdown. And, Charles, they were in the red zone, so that's a backbreaker. They got to try to pick up the pieces here on this drive.
Yeah, and I actually started to do the math here, so be patient with me. 12-point swing is the way I calculate it, because not only did they drop the ball in the red zone, they watched the opponent score a touchdown right after that. So their goal, have a drive here and try to get some of those points back.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, LA. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Chargers have taken the lead. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. One play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
And they'll accept that penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Cowboys offense and Javonte Williams head out for this next drive. And he continues to be a nuisance for opposing defenses that are tasked with trying to slow him down. He's currently second in the NFL in rushing.
Ready?
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
Ready?
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Here we go. Set.
Off the draw, here's Williams. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 60 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
First down, Dallas.
The defense was dialed into the pass. They overlooked the draw play.
And how often do we talk about the oldies are still goodies? Because that draw play comes straight from Coach Paul Brown's playbook, going all the way back to the original Cleveland Browns.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Here we go.
And now they'll throw with Lance. Rush coming in. He's taken down. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. They were on the dime. They had 6 defensive backs there. So go ahead and throw it. He threw it, and it hurt him.
It's almost thrown into a blanket of coverage, isn't it? You talk about the best defenders you have are the defensive backs. 6 of them on the field. You're almost asking for trouble, and that's exactly what they ran into. Ended up throwing a pick 6.
Yeah, 6 defenders and 6 points. Dicker now to tack on the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Dallas offense set for this next drive. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick 6.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
Well, Lance throws the interception, his 3rd. Picked up by Deion Henry. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Set, go.
Up the middle, it's Hampton. Down to the 25. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
He hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. This one brought in by Jefferson. So the completion good for 6 yards. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal. This from 36 yards out. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Now Dallas gets set to take the field. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And the Cowboy first down.
Down. Ready.
Up the middle, it's Williams. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
On the double.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 6.
Cut.
They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Cowboys first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Come on, set. Blue, 32. Ready?
Here's Lance. Gets this into the hands of Blue. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the Chargers' 36-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Ready?
2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
Ready? Cut.
They go back to the ground with Williams. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
He's brought down at the 31. A 5-yard gain on the play. First down. Dallas at the line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Ready.
Jet sweep. Here's Pickens with it. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
At the 29-yard line.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8.
Ready. Watch out now. 52. Yellow. 22. Set.
Lance now to throw. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 18.
And a Cowboy first down.
Set. Cut.
Off of play action. Here's Lance. He finds his man. Complete. That's Ferguson. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts,
First and goal.
as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Here we go. Ready?
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Trey Lance, his 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Cowboys get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. Now the extra point. It's up and good, so they claw back into it. 24-14 now. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays. And it was Trey Lance taking it in himself to cap the drive with a touchdown run. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Chargers going to take over now late in this first half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
Run! Set.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. Herbert. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
Here's Herbert. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Herbert throwing again. Open man right side to St. Brown. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Chargers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
They'll let this go deep for St. Brown. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. St. Brown in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chargers will extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. be time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. Here's Lance to throw it. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
A final shot before half for Lance. That one down the field for Ferguson. And that is incomplete. So halftime here out west. Let's go east. That's where we find Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Starting to feel like fall outside, isn't it? Week 7 on the schedule. Let's get right into it. Our journey through the NFL starts now at Ford Field in Detroit. The Lions at home to take on Carolina. And here's the home team's running back. From there, why don't we go out to the space city of Houston, looking in on the Texans as they host the Indianapolis Colts. And this is the Colts quarterback. This one of his 2 rushing touchdowns on the night. The Colts are playing well. They improved to 5-1 with this victory. Lastly, let's go over to MetLife Stadium. The Jets taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And this is the home team running back. Spots an opening, capitalizes on it, 15 yards for the touchdown. The Jets find a way to pull this one out as they escape with the narrow win. With that, a look at the rest of the action going on. Remember, bye weeks are in play, so the schedule a little lighter than it's been in weeks past. Meanwhile, in our game, both teams have been able to move the ball effectively. It might be a question of which defense can make a stand in the second half. As we send you back out to the stadium with Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. And able to get this out to the 25. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
They have the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Let's go.
Now Lance. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
They give him 4 yards there, and that will bring half, second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
8-yard pickup. First down, Dallas.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. They go draw here. Blue. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he stopped immediately there. And quickly they get to the line. Throwing now is Lance. That is caught. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
And a Cowboy first down.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Set.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. George Pickens, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. The Cowboys offense, it'll stay out there as they'll go for 2.
The Cowboys will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Lance going to try to throw for this. And this is going to be caught, so they do get it. And the 2 points, now they're back down to a 1-score deficit. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
At the 13-yard line.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Herbert now. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Here's Herbert. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And it'll be second down.
49-yard line.
Back to throw here, Herbert. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
I see the surprise on your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They'll check this one down to Hampton. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The visitors' offense and their wide receiver getting set for this next possession. And he's been a tough guy to contain this year, and his numbers reflect that, as you can see right here. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Here we go, set.
They give it to Williams, running right. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 32-yard line.
Lance looking to throw it. He finds Pickens over the middle. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. More from L.A. in a moment. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Down. All right.
Now they'll toss it out right to Williams. And nothing but daylight ahead. And they will finally drag him down at the Chargers' 25-yard line. 117 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. He's had his eyes on 7,000 career rushing yards, and with that last effort, he has hit that mark. What a career.
And that is the number to focus in on, because oftentimes we talk about where do they rank all time. We're not there yet. He's not knocking on the top 10 or the top 20, but over 7,000 yards in a career, fantastic.
Ready.
This is Lamb on the end around. And that is well read there defensively. He was looking to use his speed to get the edge, but they said no way.
Brings up 2nd and 12.
Now we give up the middle to Williams. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
And a Cowboy first down.
It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
On first down, it's Blue. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up second
and now they'll throw with Lance. Pickens on the slant. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. George Pickens. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Cowboys are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. No going for two. They'll kick the point after. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is down to 2.
31. Cowboys.
So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was finished off by a George Pickens touchdown grab. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. We're going to look at Amon-Ra St. Brown as his offense readies for the next drive. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting him, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Looking for Elliott, and he's got the catch on the crossing route. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
The 29-yard line.
In motion, the tight end. Now it's Herbert. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Chargers, first down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's been a good one so far, just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll work inside here, Hampton. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Out of the gun, Herbert. Sam Brown making the catch on the out route. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal? They'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Hampton will score. Touchdown Chargers.
So heck of a drive right there with the game potentially hanging in the balance.
A very good drive, and now conversion to make it a 2-score game and a solid lead.
Extra point try now from Dicker. And that makes it a 9-point game. That time a 9-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line. The Cowboys offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. More from L.A. in a moment. Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
Ready?
And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
Oh, this defense knows. 4th quarter, they need to make a play. That one was right for the taking. Could have changed the complexion of the ball game, but it winds up incomplete.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. Can't fault these numbers. 7 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
It's a gain of 12.
They're going to hurry back to the line now.
1st down, Cowboys.
Ready.
Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets in.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. We need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. And this pass broken up. And the contact well in time there. And now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Chargers offense and Justin Herbert getting set for this next drive. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. They'll start it out with a run by Hampton. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground.
And now off to the races, down the right side. Amon-Ra St. Brown, and all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown with touchdown number 40 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Chargers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here this 4th quarter. Herbert and the Chargers staying put. They'll line up and go for 2.
The Chargers.
They'll look to throw. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride to the offense this go around.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Ready?
To throw, it's Lance. Finds Pickens out right. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 37. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs.
1st down.
A give to Williams, running right. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Ready?
Lance now to throw. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there, because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. So the drive stays alive after the fourth down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30. Here's Lance. He'll swing this out to Blue. Oh, look at that. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Again, it's Lance. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Open man Lamb. It's complete. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Here's Lance to throw it. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Elijah Higgins, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are able to cut into that deficit. So this now a 9-point difference. You figure the book here says kick the extra point, make it a 1-score game.
Now, you and I have seen coaches get overly aggressive in this spot, but I agree with you. Kick it here and get back within a score.
Ready,
All right, so the Cowboys will go for 2 here.
The Cowboys will line up for the 2-point.
And they'll try a little razzle-dazzle. But he will not get into the end zone. And that one hurts as it will remain a 2-score game here in the 4th. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1.
Go.
Here's Herbert. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Herbert going to give to Hampton. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
It's 2nd and 8.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down.
5-9.
Now it's Herbert. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Charger 1st down, and that should be the one that gets him to the finish line.
At the 39-yard line.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the fourth quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time, ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Los Angeles, it may not be too late to salvage their season as the win moves them to 2-5 now on the year. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.